This girl and I hadn't talked in years. I sent her one message that shifted everything, completely changed the outcome of the conversation. She flirted back and then she actually asked me out, all because of how I set this up. That is the power of frame control. And I'm going to break down exactly what I said, why it worked, and how you can do the same things. And this worked with a girl from a random DM on Facebook. Yes, I had known her, but I had never hung out with her. I'm going to give you a little bit of a blueprint or a playbook for how you can have better success in situations like this, messaging women. And stick to the end because I'm going to break down a new little way that I think of texting called Diva Texting. Yes, you heard it. Diva Texting. It's all broken down at the end of this video. All right, enjoy. So this is another texting strategy. This girl's name Ricky, and this one is it started with Facebook DMs. For some context, we had only hung out socially. We had talked a few times and known who each other were for years. Like we had hung out in like a firework group one time watching fireworks, but she was with some other guy at the time in the group. So I had never actually dated her or anything like that. But I just opened her with her first and last name. And this is just a simple one that's done me pretty well in those situations where you've known a girl, maybe you guys had groups in the same friends, you've seen each other, but you never talked. So I just said Ricky Johnson, and then she comes back with Adam Jordan. Just mirrors exactly what I said there. Created some playful flirting. So I like that little opener because then if she does what she did there, I just matched her first name now with my last name. It goes Ricky Johnson, Adam Jordan, and I just say Ricky Jordan dot dot dot. And then at this point, this is a good sign because she flirted back and tried to keep the conversation going. So she says, "Oh, has a nice ring to it, wink face. How the heck are you?" So those are key things I look for women trying to keep the conversation going. If she didn't try to play back on one of these kind of cold DMs, I don't become a desperate beta and keep trying. But because she kept playing back so far, it's so good. And always pay attention. So she continues to keep the conversation going. So I said, I'm doing real good. How about yourself in blank still? Or in blank with the question mark. And she said, Yep, I'm going to back to school actually, so I'll probably be stuck here for a while. What about you? So again, that's her asking trying to keep the conversation going. I wouldn't force something in if she didn't try to, play back like that. And I figured out the most important question. Yes, she's still in my hometown. Because at this point, I had been in Chicago for a couple years. I was trying to get some fresh meat in the rotation. So she keeps it going. I say, school for what? And then she says, psychology. And then she goes, are you still in town? With a question mark. Or Seattle, wherever you were last time I saw you. So again, keeping the conversation going. So I hadn't seen her in years, was living in Chicago. And so she asked if I'm still in town. And then here's the anticipation. So I said, yep, was in Chicago for a bit for business, but back to blank. But I'm kind of mad at you, Ricky. So that right there is where I kind of take it from just, nothing really. There was a little bit of flirting, but nothing big. So, but I'm kind of mad at you. And she says, mad at me? No way. And then she says, and what kind of business are you not teaching anymore? And after seeing she tried to keep the conversation going multiple times, she kept asking me questions back. That's when I was ready to make something happen. And so I set that up with, I'm kind of mad at you, Ricky. Again, there is no reason for me to be mad at her, but that's a bait type of thing I set up just to get a response like the one I got. I'm looking to role play here, and I'm never afraid to flirt. So right here again, mad at me. I wanted to keep going with that, but she brought up these other questions. I said, "Yes, you're in the doghouse." So I said that again, so she knows that I'm mad at her or for whatever reason. And I said, "Nope, I run an online business and trade the stock market now. Shouldn't you know this is my wifey?" So again, another way to kind of a girl asks you a boring question, you could answer every once in a while, but then you say, "Shouldn't you know this is my wifey?" Something like that, because now she goes, "No, I've totally forgot." Then you can play the breaking up, divorce type card and have fun role playing. But I throw something like that in there. And then this is where I noticed that I had more effort than her. If you just go back here, like before it was pretty good, and then I had to do long because I wanted to add this doghouse thing in. I wanted to loop back to that she was gonna bite on it. So I notice when I do more effort like that. So I'm aware of when I do it. And this is where guys ask me sometimes when you say, Adam, you got to do a little more at the beginning to get her to chase. This is an example where I'm aware of it. It's not a lot more. I'm not double or triple texting her. That's way too much. When I say more effort, it is just, look, I had to add that extra line, yes, you're in the doghouse, because I wanted her to play back on it. And so it made the rest of my text longer than I normally would want if I'm trying to mirror her effort. So I did a little bit more here, but I'm aware. And so that's when I do more here, I'm going to make sure I'm not going to overdo it and continue with that. It's like I give that one and see if she bites. And she actually says, okay, I'll bite, pun intended. She's a little innuendo there for her, from her. What do I need to be sorry for, right? There's no reason she needs to be sorry. So I use that to set this up for not asking me out yet. You haven't even wined or dined me with a cat sad face. Literally, there was nothing here to go off of, but I'm kind of mad at you, Ricky. Was my bait to get it to the point where now she bit on what I wanted her to, and now I do for not asking me out yet. You haven't even wined and dined me. Hey, Adam here. If you're watching this video and you want personalized coaching, personalized help, one-on-one, you can go to www.textingprince.com/coaching and we can set up a free 30-minute call. You and I sit down, chat about your situation, see what you're going through, and just see if we're a good fit. All right, back to the video. Now, okay, it works, of course. So I get the date without being the thirsty looking one. And that right there is the important thing is even though it seems small, notice how I try to frame events as me being the prize for not asking me out yet. You haven't even wined or dined me. Even though it is me showing interest in a date, it is far stronger than the guy going, I can't wait to take you out. When can I? It's the same thing. She gets the same idea. He wants to go on a date with me. But even that little framing is important to get girls to not flake on you because it makes you a little bit of a challenge. It's a little bit of that fun, flirty, like, whoa, oh, I haven't even wined and dined him. Who is this guy? But she says it with a smile. And then she's like, all right, I'm going to see if this guy's really that confident. Look at how her energy changed too by that line right there. She says, oh, you poor kitten, Adam blank, will you go on a date with me, please? And then she says, one, I want to know how often that line works for you. Like, I want percentages. Two, we really should get together because worst case, we will have a blast because we both are super fun. But best case, we make out a little with a little emoji. Okay, so she bites, now she's engaged, blah, blah, blah. And again, so this is the type of interaction that had I done a classic pursue where the guy chases a girl and tries to like keep asking her out, hey, when are you free? When are you free? Like that without a girl earning it, without a girl playing along, I'm pretty sure the girl would have flaked out. She could have made a million excuses up. But instead, I pursued her in a different way by having her ask me out, even that subtle tweaking, and she responded well. And I continue to role reverse now. So this is where I am never more thirsty than the girl. So, right? She brings up potentially making out here because best case, we make out a little. And this is where I don't get all eager and excited like a horny bonobo monkey chimpanzee. This is where a lot of guys get a girl's like flirting in there and they want to just like press the gas down and like talk sexual or like, oh yeah, and talk about kissing and all that. It's like, no, she bites. So now I have the power in the sexual zone. So I'm not giving that power away. That's how I look at it. When a girl goes too much, I don't go, all right, I'm gonna show you I got gas too and get all sexual. I control the frame and make her the one that has to work for my kiss. So I say, whoa, whoa, whoa. Before you get a kiss, I got to make sure you're the sweet Ricky I remember first. Text me, and then I give her my number. So even in that situation, I reframe it again as she's going to have to work for my kiss. And again, this girl is a very flirtatious. She gets around. I know she sleeps around, but because she has that, most guys like kind of placate to her. And so everything I'm doing is the role reverse model is different than how most guys play it with her. So she happily plays along.
Now, Adam, question. What if
Yeah.
I love how you ignored the first part of the question. I want to know how often that line works for you. Like I want percentages. So I've approached women and they've always asked me, some of them will ask, does that line always work on women? Or does that line usually work for you? I'm trying to come
Oh,
up with a really good response
yeah.
when a
I,
girl
I was gonna
says
say
that.
you could go so many ways because I could go, oh, 100%. It's like you're not gonna ruin my perfect score, are you? Like
I
I could
like
go
that.
that
Okay.
route,
I
or
love that. Yep.
I could be like, no, it's the first time. I'm really scared of talking to girls. Can't you tell? Like I get nervous around women, and I just play it off that way. Like I'm the simp beta, and she knows I'm not because I'm confidently approaching her.
Got it. Okay. Perfect.
But yeah, like this guy's a good example on a text. You never have to respond to messages. I'm looking at that going, I could have said 100%, I could have said whatever, but I want to make, because I went longer with this effort here, in my head, I'm like, right, I'm trying to not do any more than I need to now because I went a little bit too much effort here. So that's even how I think about it. Even though she gave me a bunch here, I'm still going, what do I need to say to get away with it? And the goal was to show that I'm the prize, make her have to work for it, and then to get her to text me. So I don't care about the first thing she asks. Then here's what I want to break down about. You are such a diva. So she says, fair enough. You are such a diva in this conversation. And this is hidden language for player. So this girl is actually a diva typically. However, since she can feel the I am the prize energy with my messaging, she sees me as the diva, which we'll break down on the next slide. But long story short, we went out for drinks. She picked up the bill. That wasn't intentional. I actually happened to go to the bathroom. It's the like right before the bill came out, and she just ended up picking it up. But then we played a few games of cornhole, and then she came back to my place, and I put my corn in her hole. But what I want to break down about this part, the diva thing, is you're such a diva, aka you are the prize, right? This is the type of energy that you want. It's almost, I'm gonna maybe call it like diva texting almost. Because again, the term diva, primary definitions. A diva traditionally refers to a celebrated and glamorous female singer, especially in opera pop music. It originates from the Italian word for goddess and denotes a woman of outstanding talent and presence. Again, I don't care that it's the woman part of this. General use more broadly, it can describe any glamorous and successful female performer or personality, such as a fashion icon or a television star. Sound like someone that would be the prize, a goddess, a television star, an icon. So if a girl calls you a diva, that's the type of energy you're giving off. That prize energy, which most women are usually the ones giving off. All right, in formal or disapproving use. In casual or critical context, diva can imply someone who is temperamental, demanding, or difficult to work with. Someone who behaves as if they are very special or important. So when we always talk about guys, how do you be more the prize and how do you embody that? Well, demanding or difficult equals you are a challenge and not a pushover. Girl calls me a diva, that means I am giving her some demanding or difficult energy, which is attractive to women. Very special, important. That equals confidence and high status or BDE, big dick energy. When a girl says you're a diva, she's like, oh, you think you're so hot stuff, very special. Having that type of energy gets women attracted to you. So the diva, synonyms and related terms. Depending on the context, synonyms for diva include queen, princess, goddess, prima donna, superstar. So again, diva energy, that is the prize energy. That is the prize mentality. Diva texting, guys, start thinking about that. Is you text in a way of like you're kind of entitled, like you are the prize, like most bratty women text. And when you do it to a bratty woman, she's like, "Whoa, this isn't right. I'm supposed to be that role." And then that girl's like, "You're such a diva in this. Oh, I can't wait to go out with drinks for you and play cornhole with you and let you put your corn in my hole." Don't forget, subscribe. Like, comment, share the video. Definitely subscribe.